Hello, beautiful Seren Stars, and welcome to your daily reading. And again, this is one of your shorter readings that I'm going to be bringing to you daily, but also I'll still be bringing throughout the week your longer readings, so we don't have to worry about that one. Okay, so I'm going to get into the basic meaning of the cards, and then I am going to tune in as a spiritualist medium and see what messages come through from Spirit. And the cards also going to shuffle together and pick a card for you, some charms, and also some messages on paper there we have. Okay, so let's get into the basic meaning of your first card. So the wonderful magician there, and this always reminds me of like someone with psychic abilities, someone who's a bit of a wizard or a witch, or a very spiritual person there. And manifestation also, this card brings in that energy too. That's the very basic meaning of the card. It was just feels very magical, that card there. And justice, is bringing in what is fair and what is right, and truth and honesty. It could be kind of legal matters too, but it could be all different facets of life. And then we have the wonderful tourmaline quartz, and tourmaline is a very protective stone. Okay, so it's bringing in lots of protection. It's also a stone of transmutation, transmuting like negative energy into like positive energy. And the clear quartz is like an amplifier, so amplifying that energy and positivity, and amplifying the clarity that's being brought in. And that's very much the energy we have there, the basic meaning. Let's shuffle your cards and ask Spirit, what messages can you bring in today for people across the globe? Messages and energy, anything can help give them wonderful messages of guidance. Okay, we're going to go with that one. Let's go with your charms. Shimmy, shake that. Let's put it back a bit so I can't see. I'm going to turn the other way. And what have we got? We've got a daisy, and I pulled the daisy quite a lot. I've taken out, if there was like lots of double ups and stuff, and they were the same or anything, I've taken those out. So I'm not pulling, it decreases the chances of pulling the same one, if you see what I mean. Okay, so let's tune into the magician. And they're giving me the sentence, you are a magical being of light. So this feels like a very spiritual pile. So if you're not already a practicing medium or tarot card reader, or you don't meditate, or you don't do any of those kinds of things, I see that being coming into your life. I'm seeing like a river flowing, and it's almost like you can't stop the river flowing, whatever it is. So if you do have psychic abilities, or you thought that you may have, it's like that's always been there, and it's not. Some of you may have been a little bit scared or a little bit worried about it, and that could be due to, I'm seeing the word religion, because a lot of religions claim it's kind of the devil's work, or it's bad spirits, or this, that, the other. But I mean, for me, that's nonsense. There's good and bad in everything. You get good and bad within churches. People that pray and go to church every day can be the most awful people that you've ever met. So whatever it is in life, there is sort of the good and the bad. You can also meet people that are spiritual and psychic that aren't very nice people. So it's not really about spirituality and connecting with spirit. It's the energy and the people kind of involved, isn't it? That brings in the love or light, or the darkness there. So I feel for some of you maybe having to keep it like a secret, that side of you and your intuitive side, and perhaps you're not able to talk about it as openly there. But nevertheless, like the river flowing that can't be stopped, and it's part of nature, it's part of your innate nature, it's part of who you are as a spiritual being. I believe in Jesus, I believe in angels, I believe in light and divine energy and universal energy, and I believe every religion has a place on earth. As long as we walk within love and we walk within light, that's what we want. We are all human at the end of the day. We all want the same things. We want love, we want peace. Yeah, and it's kind of this light shining above your head. You are this light being, and you may find yourself the reminding me and showing me, like me, I attract some that you may say are slightly odd, or you could be that you don't go anywhere, you kind of lock yourself away. But the moment you step out the house, or the moment you get on a bus or a train or whatever it is, you could be in the middle of nowhere and you'll attract someone will come along and be attracted to you, like like a moth to a flame kind of thing, or to a light. You are this bright light on earth, so you're going to attract, and it can be also you're attracting the bad too. So unfortunately, when you're quite open here and you're quite spiritual, you can attract both sides because you are that bright. So for some of you, maybe learning kind of practices and tools and ways of shutting down your spiritual gifts, or protecting yourself more. But it's always good to do your research. I mean, I have salt baths, I burn incense, I pray, I have mantras, but it has to be a daily practice. It's not something like your housework you can just do once a week or once a month, because it piles up, doesn't it? So it's like keeping your house spiritually clean too, if you like. But unfortunately, you can't avoid every odd person. You're always going to be this bright being. So it's just spiritual health. Take care of your spiritual health, and practices that you practice every day. Okay. And it could just be a simple case of praying once a day or meditating once a day, whatever it is. I feel that the message coming in here and the energy is that would be good for you to practice there. Okay. And then talking about protecting yourself, the tourmaline is very protective, and the clear quartz is amplifying. And I see this showing me like your chakras being cleansed, and they're shining a bright golden light through each of your chakras. And they're reminding me of my practices, and what I do each day is shining bright golden light. When I open up my chakras with all the colors. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, purpley color, and then gold at the top. Okay. But when I shut down, I visualize this bright golden light going from my top chakra all the way through each chakras, and it's like shutting down, but it's still remaining open, but it's like a protective bubble around each chakra, and then a golden bubble around me. So that might be worth, plus many other practices, but it might be worth some of you trying that if you haven't already, especially if you're like they were giving me human sponge, and you may be picking up on other people's feelings and thoughts, or the energies of different places, work, office environments. So it may be worth practicing that, to help you kind of cope within certain, because you may be picking up on stuff, thoughts or feelings that are not your own, and you might not be realizing that they're not your own. So it's just keeping you safe and protected there, like different tools and things that you can use. It's very much the message we're getting in this reading today. Star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. I mean, this could be running your family line, or going back. You may have like a very spiritual or psychic or medium grandmother or something. Like mine was the Irish side, and it was my grandfather, and going back through that line of the family. So it'd be interesting to look back, or maybe talk to, if you can talk openly in your family, find out where that what kind of bloodline. They say it comes through our bloodlines. And hidden secrets, we're talking about keeping it secret, and not telling people about your abilities and stuff like that. You may have again felt that you've had to keep it locked away, kind of like in the pyramids here. Let me just focus and see what else I can get. It's just drawing me to these bright lights here. So maybe some of you see orbs, or you see things, and see visions and things like that. It might be worth trying to, if you can't join something locally, if there's nothing locally to join, there are many online spiritual circles that you can join. Okay, so just so you're connecting with other people or other people that are further along their path in their spiritual journey. I have thought about setting one up myself, so that's something that I may offer in the future to people where we come together collectively. I mean, like we do here, that adds to the collective energy and the love and the light and the expansion of everyone's hearts and the planet's heart too, the planet's heartbeat. Okay, I'm being shown there. But that may be worth looking into, which will help you with your spiritual practices there. Okay, let's take a look at your charm. I didn't take one of these again, did I? Or did I? Honestly, I keep forgetting whether I've taken one of these or not. I feel like I'm going crazy. Some of you might feel like you're going crazy too with your spiritual gifts if you're picking up on other people's thoughts or energies. So again, that will be good to put into practice these protection methods there. Oh, 10 wishes. How wonderful is that? So 10 wishes sent your way. So sit and manifest and think about 10 wishes that you'd like in life, and maybe do a vision board and being shown, and bringing in and manifesting these new things into your life. Right, the daisy. So the daisy for me is like, it is new beginnings and it's freshness, and sometimes it can remind me of like pick me, love me, not I'll put in a little clip there what I mean, like does he love me, does he love me not, does he, it's an old I think it's France originated in, but let me tune in. They're showing me this now. It does look a bit like an egg, doesn't it? Okay. So hatching, yeah, new beginnings and new ideas. Mm. But for some of you, they show me literally eggs. So I don't know if certain cultures or certain countries, I know Asian countries eat a lot of eggs, but they show me the significance of that. And they give me word health. So like eating enough protein and eating enough fruits and vegetables and healthy eating and cutting out sugars and carbs. And that may also, oh, I dropped it. That may also help on this kind of cleansing journey if we're talking about cleansing your chakras and getting better health. And having better health will help you also with your spiritual work, if that's what you're going to be getting into there. Anything else that you can give me there? They give me the word teachings. So very much some of you may be further along your path and you may be thinking about becoming a spiritual teacher or spiritual. I don't like the word leader because we are always learning no matter what stage we're at. So I really dislike that word spiritual leader, spiritual teacher as such, but we need some description. So maybe some of you are going to become spiritual teachers or spiritual sharers, if you like, sharing your knowledge, not just learning from others. But I would say part of the advice is, we never stop learning. And I'm learning stuff every day, even from the readings, every single day. Okay. But that's beautiful. I love this reading. Well, I love all the readings, but I love this spiritual bunch. I feel a lot of you are actually a spiritual bunch and can probably take a lot of this message here. Well, that's the end of your reading for today, and I fill it with so much light and so much love and so many blessings. And I will see you in the next reading. God bless.